This is the Herd Line News.
So anyway, I buy it. So Ben Roethlisberger decided that he would not shave his beard until he was able to throw a pass to one of his teammates again following elbow surgery last year.
All
So we
right.
finally have an explanation for that beard, which honestly makes me feel better about the entire situation. I kind of wish he would have said that from the beginning, that I'm not going to shave until I can throw a pass to my teammates, because then at least we would know why he's walking around looking crazy. Well, today he posted a video to Twitter reminding everyone of that promise, and he showed a recent throwing session with Juju Smith-Schuster, James Conner, and Ryan Switzer. Also shows him getting his beard trimmed, so he's looking normal again. And at the very end, Juju says he's back. Stay tuned. This is comforting to see.
I could not. I got to be honest. I couldn't grow a beard. I don't know how guys. Isn't it itchy?
I think there's a point where it like as it's growing, it starts to get itchy, and then like once it gets past that point, then it's no longer itchy.
Is it itchy, Goulet?
Yeah, it can be itchy when it gets hot. You get used to it, and then you don't really notice it anymore.
All right.
I've never done that though. I've never gone full living in the woods for 6 months beard.
Okay.
I feel better. I'm glad that this is not a moment that Ben Roethlisberger is living in, and he's out throwing and feeling good and working with his teammates again. It's very comforting to see. So Warriors GM Bob Myers said that they won their second straight title with Kevin Durant in 2018, that there wasn't any joy because winning was what they were expected to do. KD does not agree. He, on an Instagram picture, showed Myers' quote next to the team celebrating, and he commented and said that they looked happy as bleep in that pic. So KD is not letting anything slide right now, but I gotta side with KD on this point. Like, we know that winning at that level is not fun. Like, going through the process of that is not fun. It's not supposed to be fun. When you are expected to win, there's a certain amount of pressure and expectations on you that can make the environment not very fun. Because when you're playing from behind, when nobody expects you to do anything, you have a looseness and a freeness to the energy and the culture and everything that's surrounding your organization. Because you're the underdog. If you don't win, no one expected you to win. It's okay. It's cool. You're cool. You're loose.
I still think. I mean, I don't know if it's. I think there's joy. I just think there's more pressure.
Well, yeah, but because there's more pressure, that can kind of take away from the fun that you're having. But as Katie said, at the ends, when you're the winners, that's what the fun is for. I mean, everything that we just watched with The Last Dance, it didn't look like fun. Did those practices look like fun to you? No, they looked very, very stressful and a lot of pressure and a lot of yelling and a lot of name calling. But at the ends, you're the champions, you're the winners, and nobody can ever say anything to you again. And then you're happy and you love each other.
I think pressure is vital for life. Like the idea that I would live a life and never have any pressure, isn't that kind of like important?
I don't want utopia.
Either do I.
It seems like it gives me anxiety to even think about that. You have to have ups and downs.
I start fights with my wife just to make it interesting.
I mean, I don't know if you need to go that far, but this idea, and you need to have spaces in your life where it's drama-free, for sure.
Last weekend, she looked at me, she goes, "You're just picking fights today." And I'm like, "Yeah, I think I am."
You're just being one of those.
It was just a feisty, funny day. And then she just looked at me and she says, "I'm about done with you." You know what I told my wife? You know, I get home now at 12:30. Do you know what my wife said to me? She said, "I signed up for better or worse, not for lunch. Go find something to do."
That's understandable, though.
Don't you love me?
You gotta miss you a little bit.
Don't you love me? She goes, "No, I didn't sign up for lunch. Go get busy. Go play tennis.
Go for a walk or something." Yeah. Finally, yesterday, NASCAR had their first race since early March. Kevin Harvick won at Darlington. Over 6.3 million viewers watched on Fox, which was the most watched non-Daytona 500 NASCAR race in over 3 years. And we've got another race at Darlington Wednesday night on FS1.
Yeah. So Goulet's our big NASCAR fan. I know you were watching that. Goulet was betting on it.
I was betting on it. I also had Kevin Harvick to win. That was 8-1. So
Lugnut Lock of the Week.
That's right.
Lugnut Locks of the Week by Goulet.
Very exciting.
Yeah, he's a big bettor. Good stuff. Enjoy with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Line News.
All right, we do it. Our final one. We call it Up, Down, Sideways. We watch the MJ documentary. It's complete now. Who do I feel better about? Who do I feel worse about? And who's about the same? Up, down, sideways with MJ in The Last Dance coming up. With all the uncertainty right now in the world, and there's a lot of it, feeling safe at home has never been more important. It's why I want to talk about Simply Safe Home Security. Friends of the herd, longtime friends, and for good reason. They make it easy to get comprehensive protection for your home for 50 cents a day. There's no monthly fees. There's no hidden contracts or 2-year agreements. No salesperson to deal with. You order it online. Set it up yourself under an hour. The website's great, by the way. The Simply Safe website's absolutely great. Very easy to follow. Perfect instructions. Your home is protected 24/7. Emergency protection, dispatch, break-ins, fire more. 50 cents a day is all it costs with Simply Safe. Just tearing it up, and he's beating the Clippers, and then I think he'd have a shot, because I do think, Doug, if LeBron could win a championship with the Lakers, wow. I mean, it'd be like Brady winning in Tampa and then saying, I'm going to go to the Chargers. It would be the one thing where I think it would give LeBron a little momentum in a couple years if he won with the Lakers, that it would split it down the middle. There's always going to be the loyalist to MJ, but good God, if LeBron could win a third championship with a third team, boy, Doug, that is unbelievable in my lifetime, right?
No, it would be. And I think, look, there's an interesting thing here in that, LeBron has always had this kind of stacked team since he left Cleveland the first time. I mean, what we forget is when he led the Heat not only became a superpower in the East, but the Celtics aged, and then he kicked out a leg from the Celtics getting Ray Allen, right? He joined forces with Chris Bosh. That completely debilitated the Toronto Raptors. Those were both playoff teams, championship caliber team. Or at least the Celtics were championship caliber teams. He took away those two contenders and then took away Cleveland, who was the best team in the East, when he joined the Heat with Dwayne Wade. So it was like 3 competitors went away and they all became a super team. In the West, he hasn't been able to do that with the Clippers. So yes, I think it would make a much more interesting argument. Look, the difference is in wiring, though, right? Like I thought that Jordan's desire and ability to take and make the big shot, even early on, is spectacular. He had to learn to trust his teammates, whereas LeBron has always deferred if possible, and then has had to learn to become the dynamic go-to scorer. And even sometimes then he can lose his confidence. With Jordan, never seemed to lose his confidence. Hey, I have a question for both of you guys. This is an honest question. Do you believe the pizza story from 1997? Okay, they had 23 years to come up with why Jordan was sick the flu game. And this is what we're told. Okay, Michael Jordan, who's got 2 security guys and Tim Grover travel with him, Jordan's hungry. Now, I don't know about you, but if Michael Jordan's hungry, everybody scurries about and goes and finds Michael Jordan food. So Michael Jordan picks up the phone and says, hey, you're the only pizza place in Salt Lake City that's open. I'm Michael Jordan. Bring a pizza and don't just leave it at the front door. I want you to come directly to my room. And then there's 4 people that come to his room. Like, you couldn't come up with a better story. And then that's the one pizza that, like, if one of the security guys got him a pizza and he happened to eat the pizza, and by the way, crushing an entire pizza all by himself, also kind of hard to believe. Like, all of these things, like, okay, I'll go along with a lot of these stories, but I was born at night, not last night.
Well,
do you believe the pizza story is why he was sick in game 5 in 90?
Yes, because as somebody who spends a lot of time in Utah, it closes really early. And, there's the old joke about Spokane, Washington. Nothing happens in Spokane after 10 in the morning. Utah, I can absolutely at 10 o'clock in Salt Lake City see somebody, especially in that time. Now, it's a different time now with Uber and deliveries, but literally everything being closed and saying, hey, man, we got, you know what? I could see him calling.
But they knew, but listen, Michael Jordan always did at his hotels, he stayed under an assumed name. Okay, how did they know Jordan's room? How did they know that he ordered the pizza? Why were there 4 guys at the delivery? Like, and is Tim Grover leading us to believe that they knowingly, willfully poisoned his pizza, or was it simply undercooked meat? What kind of pizza was it? What kind of pizza? You mean to tell me that Michael Jordan gets sick in game 5?
Yeah.
And this is the secret, and you don't know the pizza place's name? Of course you do. Like, I'm sorry. I love Michael Jordan. I believe he's the greatest player ever. I don't buy that story. There's way too many holes in that story. You had 23 years. You couldn't come up with a better story?
Well, that's why I believe it, because you would come up with a better story, and that's not a great story, so that's probably the truth, because you'd come up with something way slicker than that, and it ends up being clunky. I got to go. Doug Gottlieb.
Okay.
Do you buy? I buy it, Joy.
I think Doug's ready for basketball to come back.
Yeah, I mean, I
He's
can
really
see.
breaking down that
I can
story.
see 20 years ago at 10:30 at night
Of
in
course,
Salt Lake City.
Nothing's open in,
By the
in
way,
Salt Lake City.
I could
Nothing's
be
open in
wrong on
Utah.
this.
We know that.
The game was the game on a Sunday? Because Salt Lake City closes down. At least it did when I was a kid and spent a summer there on Sundays.
Yeah, there was no Uber Eats. Plus, didn't Tim Grover say he was the one who called for pizza? So it's not like Michael picked up the phone like, hello, I'm Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I'd like a pizza.
Well, he could have called and said, hey, listen, man, it wouldn't be surprising if...
But also at that time, if you're working for the pizza place, they know what hotel they're staying at. So someone orders a pizza in the middle of the night. Maybe they're all like, oh my God, maybe we're going to get a chance to deliver this pizza to Michael Jordan. So we're all going. How
we know Tim Grover didn't say this? They said, listen, we don't deliver pizza. And they said, it's Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he could have said that too.
Well, it's Michael Jordan. Can you deliver it? Okay. And 5 guys come because they want to look at him. It could have been a pizza place that didn't have delivery.
Also, if you have the flu, you have like flu-like symptoms for a while.
Michael,
have you ever had food poisoning before?
Twice. It's brutal.
It's a nightmare.
For 48 hours.
2 days. Yeah, like it's for the flu is going to linger for a while. Food poisoning is like a day, maybe 2, and then you're not feeling great, but you're good. Like you get some fluids in you, you're going to be all right. You're not going to have the flu's a while.
I remember my first food poisoning. I ordered a piece of fish in the desert, and then I learned in the desert, order a cow.
Yeah, I had a bad turkey sandwich. I'm not going to say from where, but it was here in Los Angeles, and it was when I was on Undisputed. So calling out sick is kind of impossible because you got to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So it's kind of hard to find someone to come in.
It's brutal.
It's bad.
All right, Joy with the news.
No.